This is chapter number 6, New Questions and Ideas. New Questions and Ideas, chapter 6. These pictures keep in your mind because most of the question we are revisiting these pictures. The first question is, what was the early name of Buddha? Early name of Buddha, Gautam Buddha. The early name was Siddharth. Gautam Buddha. The earlier name was Siddharth. Where did Buddha attain enlightenment? Gautam Buddha, where did he get enlightenment? That is, getting the truth, getting the essence of life, or divine knowledge, this kind of thing. There are certain words being used here. So, intelligence, actually, this Buddha word has come from Buddhi, and Buddhi means intelligence. So, this is the place. Let me show you here. So, here we have, this is Bodh Gaya, and the answer is he attained enlightenment in Bodh Gaya. Who was the founder of Buddhism? Who was the founder of Buddhism? So, as we have seen, two questions we have seen: Gautam Buddha or Siddharth. Initially, actually, when he founded it, it was Siddharth, and because he attained that knowledge, that's why he was called as Buddha. And Gautam, his name was Gautam also, so Gautam Buddha he was being called. Buddha belonged to a small Gana known as Buddha. I'll tell you, this Vajji, Buddha and Mahavira both belong to the Vajji empire or Vajji Mahajanpad. So in Vajji we have Gana or Sangh. So he belonged to Shakya Gana. Buddha belonged to Shakya Gana. He was a Kshatriya. From Vajji Mahajanapad. There was a Gana, Shakya Gana. Why did Buddha left the comforts of his home? Buddha, Gautam Buddha, Siddharth, at very tender age, young age, he left home because he wanted to know the knowledge. He wanted to attain that enlightenment. So he, Satya ki prapti, Gyan ki prapti. He left the comfort of his home in search of knowledge, actual essence of life. Why we are born like this. The tree under which Buddha meditated for several days was a mango tree. No, it's not mango tree. So it's false. It's people tree. It's tree, people ka ped. People tree. It's not mango tree. Here he got the self enlightenment, the truth, the knowledge. Buddha gave his first sermon in. Gautam Buddha gave his first sermon in. The answer is, see, I'll take you to this place. So we have Sarnath here, which is near Banaras, Varanasi. So Sarnath is the answer. Near Banaras, it's Sarnath. Here he gave his first sermon, first Updesh. So there is, in book, you'll see a stoop also. Name the language in which Buddha preached. Updesh, sermon, in which language? He preached, he and Mahavira, they both preached in Prakrit language. The language which the common people or that area people would understand or would speak. If he would go to Magad, he would have spoken Magadhi like this. So this area where he was, that Bodh Gaya, Sarnath and Kushinagar, all these areas have a Prakrit language which he spoke. Upon what was the Buddha's main teaching was based on? So what was the main teaching? Right? The sermon, the Gyan, on what purpose it was being based? Life is full of suffering and unhappiness. What will happen when we get our senses and then before we die, we always want more. We always want something. We have a desire. If a person is walking, he wants cycle, cycle will want bike, bike will want cake, car person want flight. So this is never ending. This is never going to stop. The Trishna, the desire, the tanha, it's not going to stop. Everyone wants more. Because right now people want money. Everyone wants money. Because money can give you all the pleasure of the life, even food, etc. What was the language of the ordinary people? Ordinary people. Say, I give you an example. Just a small area you take. If you go to Tamil Nadu, it's a big area. Now, Tamil Nadu is a very big area. Everywhere the language is spoken differently. So that particular area where certain language dialect is used, if you go to UP, you will see Bhojpuri. Go to Bundelkhand, you will get Bundelkhandi. So Prakrit language is the local language. It's not Prakritik, right? It's Prakrit. Prakrit. Local language of an area. Local area, you can say native language. Native language of that area. The term tanha in Buddhist teaching means, in book it is written Trishna, but the meaning here, because this is a requirement, this is a desire. You have a appetite, you have a bhook, you have a craving, you have a desire. That is the thirst. Thirst means pyas, means you want it badly. Pyas, you have thirst, you want everything, right? When this thirst you don't feel, then you will get the knowledge. I am talking about Bhagwan Buddha. He is Bhagwan Buddha, Lord Buddha. Thirst is used in Buddhist teaching to explain desires of humans. Yes, we have just seen, it's true. For what Gargi was famous? So Gargi, she was a thinker. So let me show you the picture, name, etc. She is Gargi Vachaknavi. So what happened at that time? At that time, most thinkers were thinking on certain aspect. In this, mostly we have men, and men were mostly Brahmins. Some of them were Rajas also, Kshatriyas also, you can say. Women and poor people were least involved, or they were not allowed, you can say. But Gargi, the way she was learned, the way she would debate, the way she would in the royal courts, the way she presented her ideas, her thoughts, her thinking, her intellect, logic, everything was, bang on, very much appreciated. This is Gargi Vachaknavi. Learning, you can answer it as learning. Same thing, who was Satyakam Jabala? Now see, here is a picture of a person. He is Satyakam Jabala. I just gave you an idea that the thinkers, most of were Brahmins, women and poor were less. The involvement were less. But still we know Gargi, and we know one more, Satyakam Jabala. He was poor. Satyakam Jabala was poor. His mother was called Jabali because she was a slave, Dasi. That is why his name is Satyakam Jabala. Now what happened? Maharshi Gautam, a sage called Gautam, he took him as a student and gave him the Brahmanatva, or the knowledge, or the, you can say, the teaching. So Satyakam Jabala was a poor man, but managed to become the best known thinkers of that time, because he got the blessings from sage Maharshi Gautam. After that, we are talking about him. That means he was a very great thinker at that time. Name the person who accepted Satyakama as a student. We give the answer, Gautam. Sage Gautam, Maharshi Gautam. This Gautam is different from what we are discussing about Gautam Buddha, right? It has nothing to do with each other. The ideas of Upanishads were later developed by the famous thinker. Now we have taken a lot of names. We have talked about Gargi, we have talked about Satyakam Jabala. So even Gautam Buddha and Mahavir also, they were also thinkers. and their thinking were so much propagated, people followed them and they became God. Adi Shankaracharya, he was the person who actually uh, put his thoughts and he propagated these ideas, good ideas. Who were Jainas? Those who follow Jain religion or Mahavir Jain's teaching are Jainas. So here we have this picture is of Jain god Mahavir. He is the creator. So what are we going to answer here? Followers of Mahavir. Those who were followers of Mahavir, those who follow his footsteps, those who follows his doctrine of ahimsa, celibacy, honesty, lies. Abhishek Jain, Mayank Jain, you might have heard. How was the lifestyle of Jainas? So, how was the lifestyle of Jainas? How do they live? First thing is, the lives were quite simple, very simple life, and whatever they are eating, they will only get it from bhiksha or begging. Bhikshu and bhikshuni, monks and nuns, they were called. Bhikshu and bhikshuni. The God has said, if you want truth, if you want to know the knowledge, you have to leave the house. No comforts, no killing. You can't kill anyone. You can't kill any insect. You cannot kill anyone, right? So the traders accepted this but the farmers couldn't, because farmers had to kill the insects using the pesticide. Otherwise, the pesticide would kill the crop. So that this dharma, this went to the traders. Mostly, you see, the Jains are mostly traders, and Jains are quite intelligent people. They also said you have to be honest, you have to be very dayalu, you have to be very, and men should leave all the dress they have to leave, and they have to leave the house and come to the Jainas vihar or this vihar. Panini prepared grammar for Sanskrit. Panini prepared grammar for Sanskrit language. Okay, so he just combined vowels and consonants, used some algebra. How did Panini prepared grammar for Sanskrit? So as I said, he arranged the vowels and consonants. For example, in English we have A, E, I, O, U vowels, consonants, others are consonants. So he arranged them in a spatial order, means a proper arranged manner. He ordered them, and then he created formulas. Like we have algebra formulas, a square plus b square plus 2ab. What is this? A plus b whole square. So this kind of formula he actually employed here, right? Arrangement of vowels and consonants, and that's how he prepared grammar for Sanskrit. What were Lichavis? Who were Lichavis? So they were clans that was a part of Vajji Janpad. So I told you that Vajji Janpad, Magad was Mahajanpad, Vajji also became very important. Vajji was Mahajanpad. So in Vajji we have Gad or Sang. So it's a clan. Where was the headquarters of Lichavis? Lichavis headquarters. So we just talked about the headquarters of Lichavis. From where it was being governed, it's Vaishali. Vaishali was the capital of Vajji also. In Bihar. Who was Vardhaman Mahavira? So Vardhaman Mahavira, he was the prince Rajkumar of the Lichavis. A group that was a part of Vajji Sangh. That was the part of Vajji Sangh. Okay, let me tell you again. He was the prince of Lichavis. Magadhi was Prakritic language. Spoken in Prakrit language. The Magad, that area, Magad was the Mahajanpad at that time. So those who, it's a local bhasha, it's a local language, native language. A person who become a follower of Mahavira had to. Now those who follow this Mahavira, they have to observe celibacy. Celibacy means there is no sex, no reproduction. Right? No, you have to observe celibacy. And there are various things. Let me give you some more. Second thing is they have to just leave home. They cannot leave the comforts of home. Third thing, they have to come and live at home. Home, not that is come and live in sang. That is vihara. They cannot live at home. How do they eat food? They have to do everything with begging. Begging. Eat food with begging. Bhikshu, bhikshuni, monks, nuns. Fifth, they have to do meditation most of the time. And there should be no violence. They have to follow the doctrine of ahimsa, no killing. Bali and all this insect killing is not there. And there is a time, before sundown or suraj dhalne se pehle, they have to eat the food. After that, they cannot eat. And they have to be honest, dayalu. You see, Jain people, you can count on them. They are so good people, right? If you have to take permission, if you want to come to Vihara, you have to take permission from, say, if a woman is coming, she has to take permission from the husband. If you have taken dead for someone, you have to take permission from them. Now, this question, why did farmers could not support Jainism? Why did farmers could not support Jainism? Now, the situation was Mahavirji, Jain Dharma. So the teachings were, whoever is going to be a follower, they are not going to kill anyone. No killing. Every living being wants to live. They have a desire to live. So you cannot kill anyone. That's what Jainism is all about. But the farmers, the problem was that the insects which are, you can say, killing the crop or destroying the crop, they have to kill them. So the traders, Vyapari, merchants, they took the Jainism, easily. But the farmers, because of this reason, they cannot take this so easily. So farmers had to kill insects to protect their crops. This is the reason. Because the cultivation, all these things are required. Weedicides, pesticides, all these they have to use. Where is Vallabhi situated? Vallabhi is in Gujarat. Vallabhi is in Gujarat. So whatever we are getting, you can say the teaching or the content of Jain or Jain teachings is here we have Gujarat and there we have Vallabhi. There we get Jain, Sankalan. Both Mahavira and Buddha felt that only those who left their homes can gain true knowledge. And this is absolutely correct. Both of them said that if you want to attain enlightenment, you want to get truth or satya, you have to come out of your homes, that is, leave the comfort of the house. What was the name of the association of those who left their homes? So when, Buddha and Mahavira teaching, they said that if you want to get truth, you have to leave home. So those who leave home, where are they going to stay? So that association were termed as Sangha. Sangha. Those who are followers, they come and live in Sangha. Now the next question is, name the book in which the rules made for the Buddhist Sangha were written down. See, whatever we are learning, we are getting it from some inscription, from some evidence or some books. So this is Vinaya Pitaka. Vinaya Pitaka. So this is the book in which the rules made for the Buddhist Sangha. We find out, we get it from here. All this is written down here. Vinaya Pitaka. What was the Vanaprastha stage? So there were 4 stages in Sanatan. Sanatan. The initial is Brahmacharya, means complete celibacy, no sex. Then that is the next one is Grahastha ashram, That means reproduction, getting married to a woman and creating child. So that is a grahastha. Then we have vanaprastha ashram, going to forest, meditating, and then finally the sannyas ashram. So the stage that emphasized, third one, emphasized meditation and life in the forest. This is vanaprastha stage, vanaprastha ashram. Buddha was approached by a woman to bring back the life of her deceased son. What was the name of the lady? So the name, before the name, let me tell you the story. A woman was there and her kid died. And it's very difficult for any women, if either men or men, if their kid die, they are going to die. Means emotionally they will die. So when this happened, Kisa Gotami was the name of this woman, Kisa Gotami. When her kid died, she was going here and there. She wanted that her kid to be brought back to life. And she went to Buddha. And Buddha couldn't say anything. He just said, okay, go and get me some mustard seed. Sarson ke beej, get me mustard seed, but get it from where? That is, get it from that house where not a single death has taken place. And that is not possible. Kisa Gotami realized that there is not at all a single home where death has not taken place. And that's how she understood. But pain is pain. You cannot get off it from your heart or mind. But still, this was a good teaching that everyone has to die. Everyone has to die. Gautam Buddha passed away at what place Gautam Buddha died? It's Kushinara, it's Kushinagar. They both are same. Let me show you here. So all these places are here only. See, this is the Kushinagar or Kushinara. Bodh Gaya, he got enlightened. Near Varanasi, Sarnath, he gave most of his teaching, Updesh, sermons. All beings long to live. That is, all living beings wants to live. Who made this statement? Mahavira. Mahavira, any animal, any insect, or whosoever breathe, they want to live. They have a desire to live. So you can't kill them. Don't kill them. It's beyond the natural, beyond the nature. Right? Who all join the Sangha. So in the Sangha, traders, merchants, people who used to do trades, laborers who used to work, and the slaves of some masters. Zarathustra was a prophet. So this is what is the indication, Billah indication, or the sign of Zoroastrianism. Zoroaster was a prophet means Pagambar, God's messenger. He's from Iran. So all the teachings were written down in Zend-Avesta, and mostly this Zoroastrian, most of the people, they traveled, some of them came to Gujarat and Maharashtra. So we know them, these are Parsis people, Parsis, very good community. Define Avesta, Zend-Avesta, the teaching of Zoroaster. So Zoroaster was a prophet, Pagambar, messenger from Iran. So he was the messenger of God. His teachings are written down, contained or collected in a book, and that is called as Avesta, Zend-Avesta. That means good thoughts. He said good thoughts means good words, good thinking, thoughts and thinking, good work, and good deeds. Good deeds. Do everything good, speak good, and think good. That is what every religion says actually. Every religion says that thing. No religion says that go and kill this and do bad things, Define Tirthankara, the seeker of truth in Jain religion. Jain, Mahavir, So the seeker of the truth, enlightenment, reality, satya, a seeker of these things in a Jain religion, Tirthankara. Usually Upanishadic discussions were held by. So Upanishad, let me tell you the meaning. It means sitting near the God, sitting near your big fellow, sitting near your masters, sitting near intelligent people. So that is called literally means Upanishad. But Upanishad, most of the thinkers at that time were discussing certain things. That is, what is the essence of life? What's life? Why are we doing these rituals? What will happen to us after life? What is the thing which remains stagnant or permanent here in the world? So all these questions were being discussed, people were debating, coming up with different ideas. So all these discussions were held by Brahmins, mostly Brahmins, because they were intelligent people, still they are. But Rajas were also involved, means the Kshatriyas you can say. But women and poor, the involvement was not at all, or you can say very less. But we'll talk about Gargi, and we have talked about Gargi and Satyakam Jabala. Why Mahavir is called Jina? Mahavira is called Jina. Jina, this means, Jina means I have won. Actually, Mahavir means, Maha means very big, Veer means I am strong, I can win. So Mahavir. So the for conquering pleasure and pain. That is why Jina. Because you know, in Mahavira, men has to take off all the cloth. And that is how you relieve yourself from the pleasure and the pain. Pleasure and the pain. Mahavir. White clothes were worn by the followers of Jainism and Buddha. So I've seen Jain people, they would wear white dress, and the Buddha will wear the Narangi, Bajrangi, or you can say, you know, Santra type dress. Jainism, white clothes. Name the Brahman teacher who accepted Satyakam Jabala as a student. So I'll take you to that picture. Here if you see, he is Satyakam Jabala. He was poor, but because, you know, those making this poor person at that era was very difficult, making him as a student. But Maharshi Gautam, he took him as his student, gave him the Brahmanatva. So that is how he became so popular, Satyakam Jabala, as a very good thinker. So Gautam is the answer. Jainism was primarily supported by traders, because traders wouldn't kill anyone, and all the teachings they can follow except leaving the home and going in the search of truth. But the farmers cannot do that because they have to kill these insects. So traders is the correct answer here. Traders. Why was Shankaracharya famous? Adi Shankaracharya. So we talked about Upanishad when it was being formed, created as dialogues. Most of the thinkers, you can name some names, Satyakam Jabala, Gargiji, and even Mahavir and Buddha, they also come under thinkers only, because they thought, and what they thought and their thinking was so good that people started following them, and it became a religion. So all these ideas, they was propelled, they was propagated